Hey everybody, Dinos here. Today what I'm going to be doing for you, I'm going to be doing a tutorial of how to run an electronics city. There are a couple things you're going to need to do electronics. That's education, trade, and then of course the processor factories at the very end. When selecting a city to do this, it's important that you want to look for places where you can get railway connections and ideally a water connection as well. So I'm going to choose the archipelago region because that fits my needs exactly. I'm going to go ahead and name my region here. Fitting name, of course, if I spell it right. I'm going to do a private region so nobody else can join, build a crime city right next to mine. I hate it when people do that. I'm going to pick this little plot of land right here. It's got a railway, it's got shipping, and it also has maximum water. It's pretty much everything I need out of a town right now. The first step we're going to be doing on this town, we're going to be focusing on education. Because in order to build the processor factories, you need medium tech industrial. The only ways to do that are to either build a community college or you build a university. So first things first here, we're going to create some avenues. Avenues give me the freedom to upgrade my town later on in the game. So we're going to lay some of those out and we're going to zone them with residential so I can get some workers coming in. Stretch those out a little bit further there. There we go. Now, in order to start a city, you need power and water. That gets you the town hall. Since I don't have a big population yet, I can go ahead and do wind power. This is going to save me a little bit of money at the start. And eventually over here, I'm going to put like a big oil plant. But for right now, I don't really need that yet. We also need water. Good place to do it right here. You get the full flow of water, which is exactly what I'm looking for right now. Eventually, if I need to, I can bulldoze this wind plant to be able to get like more residential zones over there. But for now, I don't need to do that. Now, I also need some jobs for my people. We're going to do a nice little buffer of commercial there. Stretch that out a little bit further. And then do some industry down here. And just like that, before you know it, we've got access to a town hall. Putting down that town hall early is really important. It gives you a lot of key upgrades that are going to be really, really helpful to building your city. Thing with the town hall though, it does take up quite a bit of space. So I'm going to go ahead and put this just kind of down the road a little bit. I might even put it probably right here's a decent spot for it. There we go. That makes everybody really happy. It's also I believe it's a good boost for land value as well. You can go ahead and check your land value here on the side. Yep. So that's going to make these houses a little bit happier. And we'll go ahead and rename this Electronics 101. Okay. So we've got all our basics in place. We've got water, we've got power. Now we need taxes. The key with the low income people is they don't mind paying a little bit more taxes. So you can do up to 11% for them without seeing any negative values whatsoever. The last thing I need to get started here is I'm going to need sewage. So I'm going to stretch this road out right here because we don't want sewage anywhere near the population. They get really upset with that. Yeah, and one of the upgrades I'm going to want to do is the Department of Utilities. That'll let me build the bigger sewage plants, because these pipes are just going to drop it right onto the ground here, and that's not good. See, look at how icky that is. All that sewage going everywhere. Ick. Alright, now the other thing that's really key when starting your city, you want to do these low density roads, because they're going to save you a lot of money. And if you look here, these people, they're nowhere near upgrading to medium density. So we're going to go ahead and use these, save money, I can zone faster, I can always upgrade them in the future when I need to. I want to have the avenues laid out on like the main parts of the city to help deal with traffic. Too close to existing intersection. Angle too sharp, what does that mean? Did I mess up already? Let's go ahead and see what the road is talking about. Sometimes the road building in this game is a little screwy. So you have to use the guided road tool here. This will let you bridge pretty much any connection. This road looks like it's not straight though. Let me see if it does that with this one too. No, that one's fine. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, let's get some more residential here. Okay, now, there's an important thing that we've got to go over at the start. It's this little population tab. This population, it tells you like your total population, but it doesn't tell you about your useful population. So if you go to the details tab here, this will show you how many people are unemployed, how many unfilled jobs there are, unsatisfied shoppers, and unsold goods. And also freight orders, but I don't worry about that too much. Freight is kind of weird right now in the game. So right now I have unfilled jobs. So I'm going to need to be zoning some more residential. This will get my fill for the jobs. Put some up here, here. And I'll even put some in there. There we go. And some down there too. Now that's probably going to be overkill, but these are all going to fill up, and then we'll see what we need from there. Because right now I just want to get my population up. As you can see, my wind power plant is still producing excess for my town size right now. I'm only using 0.4 megawatts for the city. So I've got plenty of extra capacity, and you can always upgrade these if you want to. Your expenses per hour are really, really low, which is one of the big reasons I like wind right at the start. Get all these little moving trucks moving in. Everybody's getting settled, they're getting happy. If you're wondering why I left this unzoned, I'm probably going to put commercial here. So there's a growing demand for that. And yep, people are unemployed and there's unsatisfied shoppers. Commercial is going to satisfy both of those. Now, in case I haven't went over what my layout of the city is going to look like, so over here is where I've got the railway connections and my water connections. So this is like prime. This is where my trade ports are going to go. This is where I'm going to be doing electronics, which is good because the wind is blowing this way to the right. So it's going to blow all that pollution over to my neighbors, the mountain. And the mountain does not care about pollution, so that works out perfect. So this half of the city is going to be industrial, it's going to be my jobs, my processors, my trade ports. This side over here is going to be residential. That works out good too. That puts them right next to the water. Everybody likes to live next to some water. Let's go ahead and check what my status is at here. So I just had these people moving in, so that's going to kind of skew my numbers a bit. But I do still have a lot of unsatisfied shoppers. So we can go ahead, first we want to zone this road out a little bit further. We can build some shops right here. Another useful trick I'm going to be using a lot, if you hold control, instead of dragging your zones like this, if you hold control, it'll zone the whole roadway. It's a nice little time-saving trick. So I don't want to put commercial too far out here, because the Sims don't like to travel to get to their shops. They just want Walmart to be right next door to them. I don't know why you would want to live right next door to Walmart, but these people do, so I'm gonna give the people what they want. So I'm a nice mayor. There we go. Okay, so I have unfilled jobs because I have no medium wealth right now, and I have unsatisfied shoppers. So what I really need now is some big time commercial. And here's the stupid quest about Max's Manor. I've never had good luck with placing him. He's $900 an hour, and then you have to individually tell him like who to rescue, who to save. It's just kind of a pain that doesn't really help out very much. So my city's off to a pretty good start. One nice little trick you can do to bring in some income. Education's going to be where I want to start at first. So I'm going to click this Guide Me button. What this does, it specializes me in electronics for now, or not electronics, education, and you can change your specialization whenever you want. But what this does is he's going to give me like a quest. He'll say he'll pay me $10,000 to build a grade school. The grade school is $16,000, so I'm getting a lot of free money out of him. So I'm always going to want to do this. I guess it's only $1,000 right off the bat, but still, that's free money. And I don't have very much right now, so free money like that is always good. Now I'm just waiting for the 16,000 to tick over. Your money, this is hourly by the way, if you didn't know that. You've got your little clock right there. And I just got 2,000 from that. So now I gotta choose where to build a school. The school's not really a permanent building, so I don't need to put it on an avenue. So I'm gonna put it right here, because this boosts up land value as well. The Sims get really happy if they get to live by a school. I'll even pull up the land value map here so you can see that. See this little light blue ring? This is gonna make it so my buildings can upgrade to medium wealth, which eventually that's what I want them to do. And now see, they've got another quest for me to do already. Okay, so now for they'll give me a $20,000 reward. And all I have to do is build the Department of Education. That's easy to do. That's only 15,000, but I have to get to 5,000 residents first. So let's go ahead and see what my population needs right now. Don't have anyone unemployed, and I don't have any upset shoppers. So basically, I have unfilled jobs and unsold goods. So that means I need residential. Sticking with our theme here, we're going to make this part of the city the residential half. So I'm going to go ahead and zone all these buildings over here, all residential. And we'll save this side here for commercial so that they have somewhere on the strip to get to. As you guys can see, we've got another quest here. And this one's going to be about the bus riders. They want a school bus system. 15,000 for this. And here's another one too. They just want me to get 2,500 people. Anytime you see these little bubbles up, you definitely want to make sure you click on those. That gets you a lot of chances to get free money. Alright, so I need to build a second school bus lot. So that's just one of these. So this is 3,000. That's done. And now I need to put some school bus stops down. So, put some here, some here. Let's put one down here, one here, and maybe one right over there too. That'll pretty much make everybody pretty happy for now. And as soon as my school buses bring in some students, I'm gonna get an easy 15,000 bucks from that. Probably my next step from here is likely gonna be this fire station. I'll put that down by my industrial over here, because industrial, they start a lot of fires. And if you don't stop the fire soon enough, it'll just burn through your whole town. I've had several instances where people have asked me if my city was specializing in fire, because the fire has been so out of control. So that's not what I want to have happen this time around. So right now we're just kind of waiting for the money to tick over. So I'm going to zoom down here, take a look, see what all our little people are doing. Where are you going, little munchkin? So this person has simoleons. So that means they're going to look for commercial buildings to spend them. Hopefully she'll go right here. But she might just go home like she says she will. Come on. You got a little burger right here. No? Okay, missing out. Actually looks like I have injured Sims. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take out a loan. I only have to pay back 173 bucks an hour, which I'm making 3,500, so that's nothing. That'll let me put down a hospital. Hospital's another one of those buildings that raises up your land value. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this actually. Let's put it right in here. This is pretty much the middle of my town right now. That'll make a lot of people really happy. And I always have trouble with the patient wings, so I'm gonna go ahead and add one of those in right now. There we go. Now let's see. Okay, so I have some unemployed Sims right now. So that's gonna be my cue then to build some industrial. go. Our land value is doing pretty good. See, with this school right here and the hospital right here, this building's going to upgrade to medium wealth. I didn't have to do any parks or anything to do that, which is always good. Parks basically are just wasting space in your town. With proper placement of these, your core buildings right here, you can get your land value up just fine. Wind power is still doing okay. So once I get around 5,000 people, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this, get something a little stronger, get some more juice going. And once this hourly ticks over, my next stop is gonna be... Actually, with this, I can actually wait until I see a fire, and then I'll build it. I still have a couple unemployed people. We can actually solve that, though, with some commercial buildings. There we go. Yep, everybody's back to being employed now, so that's good. I also have enough to put down my fire station. Now, the fire station placement, I usually want to put this in the industrial district, because that's where most of the time your fires are going to be. So put it right down here. By putting it there, it not only covers my entire industrial area, but it's also going to boost up land value a little bit. So this will counteract the decrease that industrial has, because that kind of bleeds over a little bit. So I still have some unfilled jobs. I also have unsatisfied shoppers. So now it looks like I need residential and commercial. So we can go ahead and zone this top part here with residential. Put a little bit of commercial right here. Go. Now that I've built some more housing areas, I want to make sure I have enough school bus stops out to accommodate everyone. These make people really happy too. They like it when they have buses. Approval rating. Everybody's going up pretty much. A lot of germs. I don't have the technology to counteract germs yet though. Not enough shoppers. That message you'll see pretty much the whole game. Same with place to ship our freight. Okay, so now that I've got education going up a little bit, the other thing I can start to specialize in now is trading. Now you can only have one specialization at a time, so I'm going to get this quest to build the trade depot, because this gives my industry a place to ship their freight, so that'll make them a little bit happier. Here's request. And he is basically going to pay for this trading port. He's giving me $10,000 to build the trading port and some storage modules to it. Now I'm not going to do the storage modules yet because I don't have the proper tools for that just yet. Okay, so there's that. I have this quest, so I can actually go back to education. Education's what I have to focus on first. If you'll notice here, at 5,000 people, you get your first town hall upgrade. We can go ahead and do that. It's gonna make, usually it's gonna make fireworks, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes fuck fireworks. Okay, so now Department of Education is coming up next, because that's what I'm gonna get paid to build. Basically, while you're still growing your city, you want to place the buildings that you're gonna get the big payouts for. Alright, here we go. There's a pretty good spot for this. See, this puts it right on the corner. There's no wasted space at all. I like it when I don't waste any space. And I just got that 15,000 back for getting my students to school. So now I basically just got this building for free. I like free buildings. I have unfilled jobs and unsold goods, as we can tell by our detail tab here. So now I'm going to zone even more residential. Okay, so they want another classroom now. And they're going to give me 20,000 to do it. And if they're going to give me 20,000 to do it, then by golly, I'm going to build one. The classroom was only 10,000, so I'm actually going to make 10,000 profit just by putting that down. That's it. The other thing it's about time to do is we want to stretch this avenue over. That way my people can get across all the way. That helps out with your fire trucks and stuff too later on in the game. Okay, so now they want to give me 30,000 to build a high school. High school I'm a little bit off from though. That's gonna be later on. High schools are expensive. So let's see, I want to zone this area here. I don't want to get too carried away with the residential. I don't want my city to build too fast. These nice little connecting roads here. It gives me room to build all along the sides here. Since I'm low density right now, there's going to be a little bit of empty space here in the middle, but as my buildings upgrade, that'll take care of itself. My decision to do low density is still paying off because I'm still only halfway upgraded on density for most of these buildings. I still have no crime, so that's good. Now I need to get to 500 students in a day. In order to do that, I have to build this top floor classroom. I'm gonna put that up there. And let's check on how we're doing on resources right now. We've got power, we've got water, we've got sewage. This guy keeps asking me to do something. I'm not sure what he wants. I'm gonna ignore him. And let's check on our details tab again. So I have unemployed workers, but I also have unsold goods. So I need industrial a little bit. Probably just zone up this whole back strip for now. I know that's kind of a lazy way to build, but... And because I have unsold goods, I'm gonna zone that. Now, let's take another look here. Because most of my unfilled jobs, where I don't have people employed, is in my medium wealth factories. In order to upgrade to those, I have to wealth up like this guy wants me to do. Normally you can do it with just your like service buildings, but as you can see, that's not quite cutting it for now. So I like to build this park here because it fits right against the roadway, blocks up pretty minimal amounts of housing. And actually I'm going to do it over here because this is my residential district. There we go. See how all that spreads over now? That building's upgrading, that guy's upgrading. These guys are going to think about it. Yep, there they go. There they go. Everybody's upgrading now. All it was is just that one little park. So I'm definitely glad that all my residents stayed around, waited for me to build that park. Because they knew I wasn't going to let them down. And once those people get in here, those unfilled medium wealth jobs, those are going to start going away. And that'll propel my city forward. Yep, and I'm having not enough medium wealth shoppers right now, so once these get built up, that'll really help. I'm also having a little bit of unsatisfied shoppers. But it's the low wealth unsatisfied shoppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a roadway right here. I'm gonna put some medium wealth, or some low wealth right here. This should stay low wealth because it's right next to my industrial. Gonna build some more roads here. This is gonna get all my shoppers satisfied. So I'm gonna zone this packed full of residential. There we go. Now, I am missing one important service right now that some of you might have noticed. I have no garbage collection. That's bad. Now, my people are not going to be very happy with me about this, but I'm going to put the dump over here because my recycling plant has to go over here to work with electronics. So it's a short-term negative for now that will eventually be corrected. Yeah, sorry guys. But that's pretty minimal damage. Two things I always add to this right away. I add a garbage truck because I have a lot of backed up garbage. I also add the disposal unit. If you don't build one of these, your dump capacity is going to fill up, and we don't want that to happen. This also provides some jobs for my citizens. If I could find the right overlay for it. Yep, 3 little workers. And I just got the message that I can build the mayor's house now. This is going to raise medium wealth land value. From what I've noticed, this makes everyone on your map happy, but it also gives an especially good bonus to the surrounding area. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. I'm actually going to switch to my land value map too, just so you can see how big of a difference this one little building makes. Boom. So now this whole circle, this could potentially even upgrade to high wealth. Maybe a little bit later down the road. Medium wealth is really where you want most of your population at. You can see I still have these unfilled jobs. So I really want to start getting some medium wealth into my city as soon as possible. I also need some low wealth jobs though. So I'm going to go ahead and zone the rest of this as industrial. My next goal here is going to be 500 students in one day. To help me do this, I'm going to go ahead and put in one more school bus. The other thing I'm going to start doing here is using my road tool. You can do the road upgrade if you press the hotkey R. I want to start looking to see these areas that are getting ready to upgrade. It's upgrading to the medium density roads. This is going to help out with traffic a little bit too. That'll make sure that my bus stops can get where, or my buses can get to all the bus stops where they need to be. Let's go ahead and do a quick little upgrade while we're waiting for the nighttime to end so that my students can get back into school. It's a good time to do things like this, the little maintenance parts of the day. And see how these roads are yellow, or some of them are even red? That's because there's a traffic backup on these. So I really want to get these upgraded. People do not like traffic. It slows down the moving trucks, my garbage trucks. Just makes generally life miserable for the poor Sims. I don't want to go any higher than that though, because the high density roads are kind of expensive. I also don't want my population to get out of control on me. Sometimes you'll have like what I like to call a balloon effect. It's where your population will all of a sudden it'll hit high density and everything will hit it all at once. So all the moving trucks will come in to rezone the houses all at the same time. that's something you kind of want to try to avoid. So it can cause a lot of gridlock in your city. A lot of sudden gridlock especially, so you don't really know why it's happening, like why it's so sudden. Right, and there we go. My population seemed to like that I upgraded the roads for them. Go ahead and take a look at my workers tab here. So I have a lot of unsatisfied shoppers. So I'm gonna build some commercial. Where, you ask? Probably gonna be right along up here. Commercial zones do really good up here because for the industry that can't ship here to the trade depot, they can ship to the commercial buildings. They count as freight receivers. I'm still making enough power. Although just barely, probably about 15,000. I'm gonna wanna add one more wind turbine to that. Water I'm still good on, sewage is still good. So as long as you build slow and in control, you won't need to upgrade a lot of these services for quite a while. Okay, so I have 500 students in one day now. That lets me build the high school. I also get 20,000 out of that. That's good money right there. That actually pushes me just over the mark to build it. And let's see what this quest is. That might be for a high school too. Oh, that's for the community college. I've never really understood what the benefit of the community college is over the university. University seems to be the superior building from what I've researched. Okay, so let's put my high school. We're gonna put that up here in the corner. I'm gonna open the land value map too. Get an idea. Yeah, see, this is all low wealth buildings up here. Put it right here especially. That'll cover, should cover this whole arc right here. So here we go. And that doesn't do as much as I thought it did. But that's okay. And now we need 2 more school bus stops. And there we go. It's cool, 30,000 bucks. So this guide me feature is really a great addition to the game. It really helps keep your money flowing well. Gives you a lot of what are basically just free upgrades, which is always nice to have. So go ahead and take a look and see what our city needs now. So I have unsatisfied shoppers. Where can I put more commercial at though? Maybe I could put some right in here. Some commercial. And then I can put residential on this side right here. And that should just about bump me over to the 15,000 mark when those fill up now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break for that first video here. Thanks again everybody for watching. We're going to be back for a part 2 of this tutorial video for how to build an electronic city. Don't forget, you can always check out my stream, twitch.tv/DinosGG. And I'll be back for part 2 probably later tonight or tomorrow. Thanks again everybody. Bye.